Hello queens and kings, welcome back, welcome to my channel. If you're new here and if you want to join the royal family, make sure you subscribe to my channel, subscribe to this channel, like this video, like my other videos, share, don't forget to leave a comment, and welcome. And if you're not new, welcome back to my channel. My name is Felicia. Pardon my voice, first of all, pardon my voice, it's terrible, I know. I have a flu. It's nothing too serious, so I'm good. And I've been wanting to record this video for the longest of time. I think more than a year now. Seriously, I've just been like, oh, I'll be recording another day, I'll record another day. So here I am. Today is the day, y'all. Today is another story time. I am gonna tell a story. As you see by the title, it's about how I become a side chick in my own relationship. Yes, that
he needs some milk.
And if it's happened to you before, make sure to comment and share your experience or whatever. I don't know where to start from. I feel like if I just give every little detail, it's going to be 3 hours long or more. So I'm gonna try and summarize. So I don't really like not telling a story the way it was. Like, I don't like summarizing. I like going detail by detail, you know, the juicy stuff, but like it's a long story, so I'm gonna be quick. I'm gonna like just try and be fast because I don't want this video to have a part 2. I hope it doesn't have a part 2 because the last video had a part 2. And this story is longer than the other one. Okay, without further ado, let's get into the video. The story. We're already in the video. What? Okay. I was in a relationship with this guy. So we're gonna for identity purposes, we're gonna give this guy a name. We're gonna call him George. And we're gonna call the girl Anna. Yeah, George and Anna. Cool. I should name things more. George was my boyfriend for the longest of time. Like, he's actually the only guy that I had actually gone out with for the longest time, because I couldn't even say it was my first boyfriend, because wait, if you go out with a person for like a month or two, that doesn't count as a relationship, right? So he was I counted him as my first boyfriend, yeah, because it was pretty serious, and we were together for 3 years, I think 3 years plus, when this happened. Yeah, so he was my boyfriend for the longest of time. Like, everything was fine. We never really had any issues of him having other girls. Like, we would argue about whatever, but like we never had problems like that, like you are with another person, like we never had cheating problems. So he was a guy that I was just like, whenever my friends are like, oh, guys cheat or whatever, every guy cheats, I'm like, no, my man doesn't cheat, because I know him and I've been with him for the longest time, and I've never heard of any of those things. Like, he's never done any of those things. Yeah, like, I was convinced because it was like a long time. I started dating him when I was in my last year in high school. That was 2016. Yeah, I was 16 years old. That's when I was graduating from high school. I was in grade 12, and this happened 2019. So I dated him for I was with him going on to 3 years, right? Or 3 years, I don't know, how do you count? 2017, 2018, 2019. I was with him for 3 years. Yeah, this guy, he was sweet and everything, blah 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 blah. From 2016 to 2019, the ending of 2018 going to 2019 New Year, that's when I started having problems. Pardon me if my eyes tear. I have flu and my eyes tear. I don't know how that works, but my eyes is just, they literally tear. So if you see my tears, it's the flu, it's not me crying. Trust me, I'm over it. He started being you know, that level of a relationship where it's irredeemable. Like, I don't know if you get it, but like, there's just a point when things like there is no future. Like we are not going anywhere. You and I can see we're not going anywhere. But like you are still trying to hold on because we've been together for the longest of time, but it's not going anywhere. That's the point where I'd like we would argue about everything, like every little thing. Everything. We would argue about good morning. Why didn't you send me good morning? Like those petty small things that don't even make sense. We would argue about those things. It became so toxic. Like every day you would want to just end things, but you can't end things because, well, I am young, first of all, naive. I was naive because I was 19 by then, and he was like my first boyfriend and blah blah blah. So it was like I can't just break up with him. We've been together for a long time, blah 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 blah, and it's probably just a phase. We'll be in love again, but everything was just so bad. Like it was so toxic. So towards the end of December, I remember we spent New Year's together. We were together, and that same night we argued. Oh my god. January we were arguing. There was always problems. February, that's when it happened, and I remember I think it was 13th of February or something. It was like 2-3 days before Valentine's Day. That's when like we broke up or whatever. Yeah. So after having all these problems and everything, like I would always try and ask him, like, just to confirm if he still wants to be with me, if he's still interested in the relationship, if he still like loves me the same, or things have changed. And he was always like lying, saying he still loves me, things are just the same and everything. He's just tired of the arguments as well. So I told him, why are we still arguing anyways? So one day, I don't know what I was doing. I think I was just home. Yeah, I was watching something, and I was on Facebook. I see a message pop up on my Facebook. I don't know if I was friends with this person who had texted me. I don't remember if it was just a message request or if we were friends. I don't remember. But I just saw a text saying, hey, are you still dating... What's the name we gave the guy again? George? Yeah. Are you still dating George? So I'm like... yes, why do you ask? And then the person says, oh, he's also going out with my sister Anna. I don't know. For people who've been in this situation, I don't know, you know how that feels, like finding out somebody's cheating, even if it's not in that way, just in any way. It's like your heart is just being ripped out. And like my heart is now pounding, like, no, she's lying, that can't be true. So she tells me that George had been dating the sister for quite a while now, and he was denying that he doesn't have a girlfriend, but then they found out and everything. So George was basically telling the other girl, Anna, that he didn't have a girlfriend. And when Anna asked him, he was just like, the girl that you're hearing about, like the Faith girl you're hearing about, Felicia girl you're hearing about, she's my ex-girlfriend. Yeah, we're no longer together and everything, but like we had never broken up or anything, because he was one person who never believed in even just taking a break for, like, let's take a break for a week. He never believed in that. He was like, why don't you just break up? Like, that's basically breaking up. So he never believed, no matter how much you've argued, he would just want to, like, you cannot talk, like, be mad at each other for like the whole day, but he never wanted to break up or anything. So we never broke up, not even for a day. But to my surprise, I was his ex. So I was like, tell me more. So she told me how he was going out with the sister, and I can give you her number so that you talk to her. And I now regret getting her number, because I should have just confronted him after those messages, because those were like evidence enough. I shouldn't have tried to dig deeper, because I was just breaking my own heart, like it was there. I was so stupid. I was like, oh, I need to hear this. But my heart was broken, like, oh my goodness. I can remember I stopped eating. I lost so much weight. I was crying every night. Praying. What was I praying for? I got her number for WhatsApp. She texted me on WhatsApp. She started telling me how she told me she was his girlfriend, and she's heard about me, because obviously I was like his girlfriend that everybody knew. Clearly he couldn't, like, he wasn't gonna hide that. No matter how many times he lied saying I wasn't his girlfriend, somebody out there is obviously gonna confirm if she asks. So if he just tries to dig deeper, because all his friends knew me, people knew us as a couple. So I think she just asked somebody, or people told her or something, I don't know. But then she finally found me on Facebook, and yeah, after the sister texted me, I didn't, like, I wasn't talking to her, like I didn't chat with her more. Yeah, I started talking to the sister, and the sister she was being nice, I guess. I don't know, I guess she was just being manipulative, I guess, because I was like young and she was older than me. She was like breaking my heart even more, because she would tell me things that he said about me to her. Then I went ahead and asked her, so how long have you guys been together, because I've never really heard about you, or like there's nothing there. So this is me shocked. She told me they started dating, like, officially. They started dating officially in December. So that was like 3 months. They were together for 3 months, but they started talking, or they were, I don't know, they became friends or whatever started happening like 5 months before. Like, so he started cheating on me 5 months ago, because when I started talking to her and everything. But then they made things official in December. Then I remembered, like, oh my gosh, so that time, like, all those arguments we used to have and everything, it was because of, like, she was there. That's when he got into this new relationship. So it was like I was the one that he was tired of, so everything that I did irritated him, and like I couldn't believe. But she told me everything. Like, she told me how he denied me, and when she asked him, he just told her that I was his ex. And then she would ask him, what about the pictures that you have together on Facebook? Because everything, I don't know how to say this, I wouldn't say he respected me, because that was obviously, cheating on me wasn't respect, but like, he respected me enough. I don't know if he respected me, or he was scared to be caught or whatever, or to be suspected. But he never deleted any pictures. He never kept her pictures in his phone. He never, like, there was no reason to doubt him. So I was shocked. Like, even when I found out about that, I was so shocked. Like, when, how? Like, I've been here, and they would, like, I would be there with him. Nobody would call him, nobody would text him, there wouldn't be anything strange. You wouldn't, like, I was so shocked. So she told me how he denied me. Every time she found something related to me in his phone, he would just lie and say, my friend is the one who wants her, so I'm trying to hook them up and everything, but there's nothing between us and it's only you. So at that point, that's when, like, he was moving out, like, he was getting an apartment, and I was the one who was there, because for me, in my mind, I was just like, he's my boyfriend and we're gonna get married, have kids, live happy ever after, because what could go wrong? Like, he doesn't do any of those things. So when he was looking for the apartment, he was working. So I was the one who was trying to find agents who he would talk to about finding the perfect apartment or the perfect house or whatever. Yeah. After I graduated, I didn't have like a job, or I wasn't going to school. I was just staying at home. So I was like, it's fine, babe, I can help you. Like, what's the big deal? Besides, when you get a house, I'll be benefiting from that, right? Even though we won't be staying together. Like, I would go and try and talk to people, find agents, give him the numbers that I found. Sometimes I would even ask some people and say, if you just hear of where this person can find a perfect apartment, like, I'll just describe what he wants, and then I'll be like, just tell me, yeah, I'll pay you or whatever. I was so involved in I was dedicated. I was so dedicated. But like, I finally found a contact of this agent. He talked to the woman. They went to see the house. They found the house. He just texted me. He was like, I found the house and everything. I was like, oh wow, congratulations, that's great. So when are you going? Where is it? He told me where it was. It was actually near my place. I was like, oh cool, I don't even need to I don't need to get on a bus to come to see you anymore. Like, I can see you anytime that I want. He was like, yeah, so when can I see the place? He tells me, there is no rush, you don't need to see the house right now, like, it's here, it's not going anywhere, so I'll take you there whenever. I'm like, oh okay. But then for me, when he was telling me those things, like, I didn't want to pressurize him, because obviously, like, Yeah, sure, it's true. I'm gonna see the house any day. Like the fact that he's found it, it's cool. I didn't even think of pressuring him or whatever. But then the real reason why he was saying no, there's no rush, it's because when I gave him that contact and then he went and found that house, he went with that girl. He introduced her as his wife to the landlord. Like when he found the apartment, he called her. He actually called her, told her that I found an apartment for us to live in. I'm like, oh, okay. Like this was her telling me that when he found the apartment, he called her. And in my mind, in my heart, I'm like, that apartment, I'm the one who even used my energy, found that woman, paid the people who found that woman, whatever. I sacrificed my time and everything. And then he finds the apartment, he doesn't call me, he calls her and tells her that he has found an apartment for them to stay in. I was like, oh wow.
Ryan Little.